Every time I go to the beach and get into that setting, it just takes me back. And it's like it was just yesterday when all this had happened. You can walk through it. Tide's going out. Now, I'm not just talking about the bad times. I'm talking about the good times where I actually had a place to find peace. Just feeling a part of the ocean. The sand has been a great part of my life of therapy. Being alone to work out my salvation, which I really didn't understand when I was young. Actually, I was found in the sand. That was a place that I went every day after school, and they said, "Where's Anthony at?" Anthony's in the park. He's at the Sandbox. My addiction was in the sand. I used to watch my stepfather drink and take pills at a young age. I was becoming an alcoholic and never knew it. I said, "God, please stop all this turmoil in my household." I said, "Just save me. I will one day be able to turn this around and save children." That's when I started picking up a pen and I wrote it down. It all came to play. That helped me to formulate this story called the Sandbox Kidz. The Sandbox Kidz is a movement started about 9 years ago. And the vision came from me as a child through trials and tribulations. Danielle is the lead guitar. Sasha is the piano player. Slim Carl, he's a drummer. And Raw Bass, he is a bass player. The characters actually originated from the family members that helped me in my trials and tribulations. These different family members would come and take me on the weekends. I remember going fishing. When they hit like a freight train. They like to hang around the docks right here, the areas. They just pull your line and go buck wild. When I throw that rod out there, and I try to throw this weight and this bait into the deepest part of the water, that weight and that bait is also my dreams for the Sandbox Kidz. Entangling it right here, I gain strength from the water and the ocean and the soundness and the peace. So fishing is just a great part of my life on this journey for the Sandbox Kidz. How this book came about, my wife and I was getting together and I had this vision. I was telling her about the Sandbox Kidz. She said, "Well, wait a minute. Why don't you put this into a book form?" And her son TJ says, "Well, I'm an artist, I can draw." We drew Slim Carl was the first character that we drew. And then when he drew the first character, that's when it started coming and manifesting in my mind. Walking down the beaches, kicking up sand. The world needs to know about the Sandbox Kidz. There's a lot of children out there, like myself, that are lost and bound, that have a lot of fears in their heart about what they have gone through. The Sandbox Kidz is a movement that helps children to understand who they are. Never be afraid to tell people about what you're going through. Children can see a better tomorrow. I want to go a little further than that because we're going to take it one step at a time. There is an animation series and a TV series. Now we have dance groups. We have a band we're getting ready to put out with music. I wrote the Sandbox Kidz in the sand because touching the sand with my hand and being able to write it, there was a time I wasn't able to pick up anything without shaking. It's my journey, and it starts in the sand. So every time we go to the beach, I write it out. My addiction was in the sand, but I've turned this around. I've turned my bad into my good, but being able to take that vision out of my mind and write the Sandbox Kidz into the sand where the Sandbox Kidz were founded, that means that I am grounded by the grace of God to fulfill this mission with the Sandbox Kidz. And that's why I write it all the time. I take my hand that now I'm capable of using and I write that indentation of the Sandbox Kidz because now I'm free at last.